Sucks.
I don't like the look. I can't.
You don't like the way I look,
No.
dude? How rude.
Sean, it literally doesn't phase me. I have seen you like this before. I
You've
I don't
you've
I
seen it
don't know
before,
what
but
to
I
say.
haven't. I'm so confused.
You should have seen Erin whenever she walked in. After I did it.
Not not
The
not a good
shock
Tried
on her
time.
tried
face,
to hit
man.
it.
No.
Wow, who's this man in my
No,
house? Well,
she
much
doesn't
like
like the
Aaron.
smooth. She doesn't like the clean cut at all.
I mean, she didn't like it at first, but she touched it. She's like, "Oh, that's really smooth." Now she's like, "Ah, I just want the beard back." So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, tell her you want the long hair back.
I don't think she'd ever go back to that.
I don't think she will either, but
Not that long,
that's
anyways.
that's when you that's when you fell in love with her.
The long hair, all the way
I've
down to
never
her
seen her with
ass.
long hair. What?
Yeah, dude, Aaron, it's crazy to think about it now. If you've only known Aaron with Sean's haircut,
Yeah.
she used to have long fucking hair, and she would frequently put it into braids, and even when it was in braids, it'd be like touching the top of her butt. Like her hair was so fucking long.
No.
I've been
I
through it all,
can't I
man.
can't I can't even imagine it. Was it like a like trimmed it up over time and eventually that's where it got short, or was it just like night and day?
She tried a
Uh,
few different hairstyles between that and the real short hair. Like she had a
but
shoulder length for a little bit, didn't she?
yeah, it was like shoulder
Yeah,
length and immediately like next haircut up, and then it just kept going up after that.
yeah.
So
It
Hmm.
is funny.
Well, I'm sure it took her a second to get adjusted and recognize you, much like this Italian woman from Pavia is also trying to get adjusted in her house after both of her sons still live there after like a normal time frame. Now, in America, it's totally weird, or it's totally different from like the rest of the world, because how the rest of the world works is generally you live at home even through college, because generally you go to a local college, or it's cheaper. So when you start your first job, typically people stay at home through the ages of 18 to 34. I think that's maybe starting to become a little bit of a norm here in America, as I don't know, I'm starting to see it anyways. But these two kids, men, are living in the with their mother at 40 and
Kids,
42. Yeah,
they
they're
are
kids.
children.
Well, they are because they don't pay rent, they don't pay for food, they don't do chores around the home at 40 and 42 years old. I still do chores when I go home to see my mom in her house, and I have my own.
That's some just
She,
real life stepbrothers type shit.
yeah, it really is because she has also taken them to court to get them evicted from her house, and she won.
good for
Good
her.
for her, Jinx.
Put her foot down.
It sucks
Um,
that you have to take it to that level. Like, how much of a mooch do you have to be to just make your mom make a move like that? Like,
it's and especially when you both have jobs. Like I've got the report here. They both had jobs, just neither one of them did any obligations around the home, and it came to a point where mom was like, which far past the point that it should have been. But regardless, that's a bold move by mom.
Mom's got to do what a mom's got to do, man.
They have these statistics here. I want to know what you guys think because they polled the Italian people and they found that 70% of people still live at home between the ages of 18 and 34.
You said 70%.
70% of people who are aged 18 to 34 still live at home with their parents or in the same home as their parents.
I was gonna say, because it's gonna be a slightly different context because there might be a bunch of different reasons why they stay at home, not just
Sure.
because they're fucking moochers, but a lot of times because we don't take care of our parents in America
Nope.
like a lot of other cultures do. We find the first reason to put them in a retirement home, and it's like somebody else, please take care of my elderly parents. Now, between 18 and 30, whatever, you probably don't have like super elderly parents, but the off chance you do, you're probably staying at home with them to take care of them and make sure they don't like fall and break a hip or whatever.
Well, and from what I've been able to gather from, I mean, this isn't the only article I've ever read about it, and I do have family that lives in other countries that operates that same way, not necessarily that they don't provide any assistance in the home, but they do live in a home, a multi-home family or multi-family home. And the parents are there to also help take care of the children so that if the mom needs a break or the dad needs a break, then the grandparents can step in and vice versa. The younger parents or younger people can step in and help the elderly parents in the home. And so it's quite interesting to see the dynamic between America. I should say North America, because I think Canada may typically also follow the American trend of moving out and no longer helping as much as we typically see in other countries. And I think like the United Kingdom, maybe specifically England, is starting to become more Americanized in that way. But you get outside of that, and it's generally families that live in a home together, not just like one sect of the family where it's the husband and the wife, but it also encompasses parents of either side.
Well, and the other thing to consider, and that factors into why certain countries are like this or like that, it has to do with benefits and retirement packages and stuff like that. Like moms and dads in their 50s, 60s, 70s, they're still working. And so they probably still have like more independence than is perceived in a lot of other countries where they can stop working a little bit earlier. And I don't know, there's more focus on that family time, and like grandparents being with their grandkids and stuff like that. Like we're so here in America, like we have to work until a certain age, and that comes with like a certain feeling of independence. And the whole debate over like elderly people driving, and it's hard for some people to take like getting that right taken away from them. So like it's just like a whole different mindset in this country, and there's a whole lot of factors that go into that.
I wanna go back to the way that they're doing it. Get the multi-family inside the home. Your home becomes cheaper because everybody's pitching in. Everybody has a little bit more time to take care of things around the home, but also take care of the kids. That sounds kind of nice to me.
It sounds great from a financial standpoint, but I don't
Yeah.
know if I could handle it with my grandmother.
Well, it wouldn't be your grandma. It'd be or did you say your mother? Sorry, it cut out a little bit.
No, I said my grandmother.
Yeah, your grandmother. No, it would be your mom, and it'd be Pat and Alice at this point.
Well, my mom's mom is still alive.
Well,
So
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just yeah. I okay.
it's
Never
it's
mind.
weird because like going moving back into my parents' house after college for a little bit, my mom and I started arguing for a little bit, and she bought me a house like real quick. found
Get
found
out of
a
here.
found
Not
a cheap
happening.
ass house on foreclosure, and she's like, "Get the fuck out."
Good job, Alice.